A peep into the life of Uganda's ghetto president. Young, courageous, humble and blunt, Ugandan music star turned politician may have been declared loser of a controversial election against veteran President Yoweri Museveni. Still, he has undoubtedly won the hearts of the people. Born in the slums of Kamwookya in the northeastern part of Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, as Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, the singer, actor, businessman and politician now known as Bobi Wine has been branded the president of the ghetto because of the way his ideas resonate with the people of the middle and lower class, and most especially the lower generation who have known no other person but veteran guerrilla figure and former resistance fighter turned dictator Yoweri Museveni as president for over 35 years. But who is the young man who for the first time in a while seems to be aiming for the guts of Museveni? Hello guys, it's T-Code here for African Glitz. And here is the story of Uganda music artist turned politician Robert Kyagulanyi, the one we know as Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine was born on February 12, 1982 in Nkozi Hospital during the Bush War. The Bush War began in 1981 when a group of army officers led by Yoweri Museveni initiated a guerrilla-style rebellion against late President Milton Obote, who stayed on in power following a disputed election, amassing autocratic powers onto himself. Obote had already been Uganda's president once from 1966 to 1971 before his overthrow by Army General Idi Amin. In previous interviews, Wine attests that his family had been well-to-do and had suffered witch hunts because they were previously allies of Museveni. Wine's grandfather was killed in the Museveni Liberation Wars while his father was arrested by Obote's regime and sentenced to death. However, by dint of luck and a mischievous bribery exchange, Wine's father was released and went into exile in Tanzania. Wine's father, who had 3 wives and at least 34 children, left his first wife and older children, leaving Wine's mother to move his siblings to the slum of Kamwookya. Bobi Wine in his early days attended Kitante Hill School where he received his certificate of education in 1996 before proceeding to Kololo Senior Secondary School where he graduated in 1998. The passion Kyagulanyi, a budding singer from a tender age, had for performing arts prompted him to study music, dance and drama at Makerere University in Kampala where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in 2003. In 2016, Bobi Wine returned to the Ivory Towers, this time the International University of East Africa, to study law.
Baby, don't underestimate me, I'm making a
In the 90s, Uganda's music scene was dominated by Congolese artists, but in the early 2000s, a breath of fresh air surfaced when Bobi Wine and Bebe Cool took over the scene. With the help of Wine's brother, Yahweh, a US-trained music producer, the two artists added others and formed the Firebase crew. The original crew was disbanded and a new one subsequently became known as the Ghetto Republic of Uganda, with Wine taking on the nick Ghetto President. Wine's success came from hit singles like Akagoma, Funtula, and Sunda, featuring Ziggy D, and his genre was classified as reggae, dancehall, and Afrobeat. Bobi Wine has previously acknowledged that his style is influenced by Buju Banton's likes, Shabba Ranks, and reggae icon Lucky Dube. Over time, he has released more than 70 songs, with his 2016 hit track, Kiwani, featured on the soundtrack for the Disney movie Queen of Katwe. Kyagulanyi, an all-round performer, has spells in acting, first class in Cleopatra Kohewe's drama film, Yogera. In 2015, he played the lead character in the movie Situka. According to Bobi Wine, his mother before her death in 1997 had warned him to stay away from politics after his brother, Stephen, was arrested for treason and ended up serving 7 years. The artist said he resisted partisanship, but his turning point came in 2016 when President Yoweri Museveni recruited a host of top artists including Bebe Cool and Jose Chameleon to record a campaign song called Tubonga Nawe, which translates as We Are With You. In a later interview, Wine said he was offered $500 million Ugandan shillings, which is about $135,000 to participate. It was an offer as tempting as the devil's promise of the world to Jesus, but it was also Wine's clear statement that he would rather side with Uganda's downtrodden masses than joining the bandwagon on the dictator's side. The 38-year-old shaved his signature dreadlocks and against all odds ran for the Kyadondo Country East constituency parliament seat in 2017. Although Museveni sponsored Wine's opponent government, the music star won in a landslide. Intriguingly, an independent candidate. It didn't take long for Kyagulanyi to gain fame, championing the victories in most of the by-elections by the candidates he campaigned for, and knocking out seasoned opposition candidates from the major parties in the country. Kyagulanyi eventually grew discontented with the parliament's rubber-stamped nature, especially the controversial approval of removing the age limit for presidential candidates. In retribution for his public opposition to the government, Museveni's government blocked Wine from performing at events. Despite a parliamentary resolution decreeing that he should be allowed to play, security agents barred Wine from doing so, and he says that spurred him to show interest in the presidency to end the Museveni dictatorship, return the rule of law, and ensure the independence of the three arms of government is observed. Eventually, he formed the political movement, the People Power, Our Power, which subsequently launched the National Unity Platform as their political wing in July of 2020. Under the party, Robert Kyagulanyi was named leader and presidential candidate. The party, within its short span, amassed support, and following its performance at the 2021 polls, is bound to become the strongest opposition force in Uganda. Bobi Wine's transition into politics has not undermined his music passion. It can be seen and heard releasing quite direct diss songs against Museveni. In contrast, several other artists have aligned with his party and are contesting parliamentary seats. On several occasions, Wine has been arrested and brutalized by Uganda's security authorities, but there are mainly two significant events that have pervaded stories of such arrest. On August 13, 2018, one occurred in the city of Arua, where Wine and Museveni were campaigning for opposing candidates in a parliamentary by-election. The government claims Museveni's motorcade was pelted with rocks, leading to an altercation between police and protesters. In the subsequent row, Wine's driver was shot and killed, while the father of four retreated to a hotel where he was eventually discovered by soldiers who knocked down his door with an iron bar, then beat him with it. While recounting his experience to reporters, Wine gave graphic details including his testicles being squeezed, pistol butts rammed against his ankles and genitals, and a bashed skull that sent him out of consciousness for a while. The father of four was charged with possession of a firearm, which was quickly dropped before he was rearrested and charged with treason. The second incident was in November 2020, when Kyagulanyi was arrested for flaunting COVID-19 guidelines on crowd size. This time, a massive protest broke out, and in the ensuing melee between soldiers and protesters, at least 57 people were killed, several others injured, and 350 arrested. Wine's bodyguard, Francis Senteza, was killed on 27 December 2020 after being run over by a military police truck. He was attacked while helping to transport a journalist critically injured by tear gas during an earlier confrontation between the police and a group of Bobi Wine supporters. Another journalist was wounded in the incident. A key support system for Bobi Wine's unrelenting movement is his wife. While studying at Makerere University, Bobi Wine met his wife, Barbara, sometimes known as Babi Itungo. She was then a senior student at Bweranyangi Girls Senior Secondary School. In August of 2011, the couple got married and raised 4 children. In the past, the artist, who has become a politician, has been praised for his exceptional parenting role. He was named Parenting Ambassador by Twaweza in 2013.
Okay. That's 10. He wants to eat. He wants to eat.
On 16 January 2021, following one of the bloodiest campaigns ever in the country, the Electoral Commission announced that Museveni won re-election. According to their report, Museveni secured 5.58 million votes, while Bobi Wine won 3.48 million votes. A few days before the election, internet access was blocked across Uganda. President Museveni had total control of the electoral process and used his army to intimidate Ugandans, especially Bobi Wine and his family. Bobi Wine, a few days after the polls, remained effectively under house arrest. He also refused to accept the results, claiming that the election was the most fraudulent in Uganda's history. But Wine says he will not back down and will provide evidence of fraud during the election. He has been branded a hero, and legendary South African pop star Yvonne Chaka Chaka once called Wine "my Nelson Mandela" in Uganda. Wine also draws inspiration from Thomas Sankara, the charismatic revolutionary often known as Africa's Che Guevara. Kamwookya, who became president of Burkina Faso in 1983, then was assassinated 4 years later. With the man standing firmly behind his people and a gradual cult-like following, what are Bobi Wine's chances in the seeming battle between good and evil in Uganda? A musician turned freedom fighter politician is a rarity in Africa. Can he be emulated? Voice your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and share. Don't forget to check out our channel for more interesting African news we know you'll like. Subscribe to get notifications whenever we drop a new video to keep you updated. Until next time, stay safe.
So many people are paying the price of standing for what is moral, of standing for what is right. And that alone motivates me not to give up, because giving up on a cause so just, on a cause so moral, on a cause so human, it would be betrayal for the 45 million Ugandans that are yearning for change, peaceful change, and also knowing that we have an entire generation standing with us and yearning for change, and yet agreeing that non-violent moral action can actually change our lives forever and can be able to reshape our country and redefine us as a generation, as members of the international community, as members of the human family. That is motivation enough for me to keep struggling. And I'm very, very happy that my wife has also accepted to stand the pain along with me, and that motivates me too.